but you're no good for me. That's why me know I said me if it could flee. Me have to take away myself. Me have to take away myself. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away myself. Have to take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Surely I cleave your eyes. I said, yeah, I find you very hard to resist. But this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play. But soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel hide like a thief in the night. May I feel get out of sight. May I feel take away myself. Take away myself. I have to utilize I will.
Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. This is yours truly, Franco. I will be linking up with Flavius in a few minutes. So in the meantime, run go make your tea, your coffee, whatever drink that you have this time of the morning. Because I'm going to get Flavius and we'll be right back. Today, it's really current. Yeah, we have the really current news coming out of Jamaica, the Caribbean, and around the world. So Teddy Laidley is going to come, and Teddy's going to give us his views on what is happening. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I'll be right back with you.
This is your very own sports, music, and lifestyle podcast with Flavius and Franco. Welcome.
Greetings, Flavius. Greetings.
Good morning, listeners. Good morning, all. It's a sunny Eros Day in Jamaica today.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting out that way. Don't know how we could go from there.
I totally forget that today was Eros Day in Jamaica.
Yeah, we
So
have.
you guys enjoy the Eros Day the best you can.
Yes, well, one thing they have done everything virtual,
Mm-hmm.
and the curfew hours have been changed, so you can only be on the road, I think, between 8 and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Oh.
So the maximum, the majority of the time for the day,
Them a lock on in early.
Well, more than early, them locking us in almost totally.
Mm-hmm.
And the independent parade thing when I usually have, they said they did it before and I broadcast it today. They're not even doing it today,
Mm.
virtual. They have done it already.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they're going to hear it today. But it's
Oh,
already been done.
they pre-record it, so they could
Yeah.
just okay,
Yeah.
good.
Mhm. So nobody has any reason to be on the road today at all. In fact, yesterday was the same time frame. And a lot of people at 3 o'clock, when everybody should be home, people were still at the beach. And the security forces park up some trucks. So when they leave the beach now, or they hear the police is around, when they leave, they are stopped and ushered into the buses. I don't know where they're taking them to.
Because they shouldn't be at the beach yesterday, right?
They shouldn't be anywhere. 3 o'clock, they should be at home.
3 o'clock, I watch some football match. I eat
Yeah.
them rice and peas.
Listening to some music.
I watch a movie. Because you
Yeah.
have some good Sunday movies. So.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
by the way, I just said movies. You know, you can watch some nice classical movies.
Where's
YouTube
that?
channel, man. For free. YouTube channel.
Okay, well,
Just YouTube. Just go on YouTube and search and just type in the movie. Because I was watching some, what's her name? Debbie Reynolds yesterday.
okay.
Yeah, and I watched some Western in between as well, too. But some nice comedy, some nice classical comedy, you know.
I probably need to hook up my TV to my computer so I can watch them on the TV.
Yeah, man, it was good. It was good. It was good.
Okay, must check me. I must check and see how long my cable is. And my TV don't have. My TV is not smart. So I don't have any internet running with the TV.
And some, what them call them, white collar con artists. It was good, you know. Yeah, some nice movie with Betty Davis and all them people there night. Glenn Ford. Good movies, good movies, good movies.
Yep, I love them.
Some of them, and it was a silver screen either. Technicolor.
Oh yeah.
They have them in
Yes,
Technicolor. Yeah.
That is when the whole technology started changing and bringing in cinema scope, Technicolor.
But you know something. When you watch Western movies, you know, you see the true racism in it. You know, a lot of people, a lot of people don't know that script was made and put down for show you how racist America was. Is a matter of fact. But it started, you know, way back. So the cowboy movie just give you the blueprint.
It's nothing new.
Because them.
No, but Franco, it wasn't. It started with the movies, you know.
No, but I'm just saying, how they put everything in the movies for you to see it.
Yeah, because the movies were taken from a novel. It started with a novel.
You know the most discriminated race that time was in cowboy pictures. Bet you don't tell me.
What's that? The Indians
And continue.
and the Chinese.
Continue.
Yeah, those were the main ones, and then the black people
And
came.
the black and the Irish too.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes.
They get to fight out.
Oh yeah.
These white people, trust me, they never like when you come in at them land, you know. And worse if he's a rich guy. You know,
No, but it's not their land. It's not
Come
their
on,
land.
the man them gonna tell us say them fight for it. That's why when you hear Malcolm X said we can't come here so as black people. Because if a black man say him ready for revolution, he's not. Because what you gonna fight for? You can't fight for this land. Because you ain't gonna get it. You understand me? Because them already fight the Indians, them feet already, and capture it and control it. They even fight the Mexicans, them as well.
Yeah.
So for you as a black man come and say you're gonna fight for a land, a piece or a state in America, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So the only thing you're gonna get is just your civil liberty. That's it. You know, and them won't even take it from me right, you know. I tell you, when you see it, but you laugh because you say, blow, whoa. All of them, and you hear the man, them, you saw, them are shout about the protesters, them, and them want law and order. You know who the law and order go for?
Yeah.
And the racist comment that, you know, law and order.
Of course.
See?
Of course.
They want to make sure they have land. I saw one with some Indians. They're on the reservation and them a die. And them decide, so if them go dead, them want dead up in the mountains. So they decide to leave the reservation. So this guy a build a railway line. He might extend it. So he purchase like maybe about 50 to 100 acres of land from some family members. And would you believe they gave him a ultimatum? So if within 2 weeks, if him don't complete at least say 9 to 10 miles, I think it was 10 miles, what a railway line lay down, then them supposed to get back a portion of the land or money. And him say agreed because he might get it as a cheap price, you know. So them a show him why them a give him at a cheap price. You think the man them would allow the Indians them to come across? And the guy said, this is my land. I just purchased from you for them can't stay upon it. The man them say, well, if they're going to stay, you better mark a line. So the man was to use one of them steel and tie it to a horse. And every time them walk it, make a line. So if the Indian them come over that line, them have the right to shoot them, kill them. Because the Indians them say them go back to the mountains, and the man say, all right, man, them go to the mountains. Them say no. For every one of these Indians, especially the chief, them a look for $1,000. Cause it come here like bounties on them head, you know. The military put bounty on them. Cause see the chief value $1,000. Them dangerous, man. Dangerous.
The biggest racism I saw in the early days. Start with the Western.
With what?
Tarzan.
Tarzan in a book by itself, man. In a different category by itself.
Nothing can be more ridiculous than Tarzan. Tarzan come out of the sky and then reach the man in place. And then take over everything. Can talk to animal and can do this. And the black man move on and grow this.
Yeah, man. That's how them drop it. Them dangerous, man, when them ready for conquer, man. Them dangerous, man. Okay. In a Bonanza move, one of the Bonanza series, a Chinaman buy a silver mine. And the guys them must say, sure, him get the mine, not knowing it. There's no way him can find anything. But the Chinaman decides him go work it, him and his wife. Guess what, you know? The man start find silver. A gang of guys just come shoot that up.
Yeah.
no come out right, you know. Because the sheriff don't know who kill him. So, you know, the Cartwright family, them a deal with justice as them claim. So, them are going to make sure search till them find out who do it. They did found who did it, but the man already there, him wife, she disappeared. So, they don't allow you for one nothing if you a different race, man. But that's how it is. So what you have today? What you have today for us?
Today,
We continue on the Did You Know?
yeah, we are going to continue on Caribbean actors or actors with Caribbean roots. Caribbean. We did some on Friday, so we're going to do another set today because we really have many of those who have cleaned the well, who have, you know, been very powerful in the silver screen originally and now small screen.
Yeah.
So Caribbean people, we started out with movies that were done in the Caribbean, or portions of movies or Caribbean locations being substitute for other places, and then mostly by Caribbean people.
Okay.
And now we're looking up on the people in front of the camera who we are seeing on these screens that are Caribbean. Some that you would know, and some that you would not even imagine. So, Alison, take it away, please.
Today I will continue with actors and actresses of Caribbean heritage. Marianne Jean-Baptiste. Born in Britain in 1967, to an Antiguan mother and St. Lucian father. Jean-Baptiste made her mark early in her career by snagging an Oscar nomination for supporting actress in Secrets and Lies in 1996, becoming the first Black British, or Black Caribbean, actress to do so. An actress, singer-songwriter, writer, director, and composer, she wrote the score for Mike Leigh's film career Girls. She's perhaps best known for her roles on the US TV series Without a Trace, the UK series Broadchurch, and films like last year's RoboCop. Jean-Baptiste was appointed a tourism ambassador for Antigua and Barbuda in 2007 and believes the islands are perfect potential film and music video locations. Proud of her Caribbean heritage, she says, "It has informed who I am and how I see the world. A deep love for my culture, firmly grounded in family and tradition, keeps things in perspective for me. Family first, always. I still have family back in Antigua, who I visit whenever I'm there," she told Caribbean Beat. "I think there is a sense of community among Caribbean actors in film and TV. And though it might not be that we all hang out, there is definitely a sense that we are from the same tribe, a sort of shorthand. I like my fellow islanders to know how proud I am of my heritage." Kerry Washington. Born in the US in 1977, to a Jamaican mother and American father. Her iconic Emmy and Golden Globe-nominated role as Olivia Pope in US TV series Scandal has made Washington a household name. This actress and activist is the first Black female lead in an American network TV drama since 1974. Other notable screen appearances include Save the Last Dance, starring Guyanese-American actor Sean Patrick Thomas, The Human Stain, Ray, The Last King of Scotland, The Fantastic Four films, Four Colored Girls, and Django Unchained. She was listed as one of the 100 most influential people in the world by Time magazine in 2014. CCH Pounder. Born in Guyana on Christmas Day 1962, as Carol Christine Hilaria Pounder, and grew up in the US and the UK. Currently appearing in the US TV drama NCIS, New Orleans, Pounder is also known for her past roles on ER, for which she received one of 4 Emmy nominations. The X-Files, Law and Order SVU, The Shield, and Sons of Anarchy, and in films like Face Off, RoboCop 3, Prisoner's Honor, Avatar, and Baghdad Cafe. She also starred in Home Again, a movie filmed in Trinidad in 2012, an island she has visited with friend Lorraine Toussaint. Pounder nurtures emerging African and Caribbean diaspora visual artists through the Pounder Cone Art Space in Los Angeles and the Musée Borabana in Senegal, co-founded with her husband. She received an honorary doctorate of fine arts from her alma mater, Ithaca College. Grateful for the support and appreciation of Caribbean fans, she says, "I love that it makes you proud when you hear I'm from home," she told Caribbean Beat. Nia Long. Born to Trinidadian parents, she's best known for roles on TV shows like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Third Watch, and in films like Boys in the Hood, Made in America, Love Jones, Soul Food, The Best Man, and Big Mama's House. She's been spotted from time to time visiting Trinidad and says, "I will always be an island girl. The food, the music, the people are beautiful. My grandmother was born in Grenada and raised in Trinidad. She taught me to fear nothing and no one but God. She is a fearless warrior and my hero. I am kind of a hippie in many ways. Open to most things, cultures and non-traditional ideas. Always barefoot, and would rather be close to the water than on the red carpet. Romany Malco. Born in the US to Trinidadian parents, he's best known for roles in US TV series like Weeds, and movies like The 40-Year-Old Virgin, the Think Like a Man films, Baby Mama, and Blades of Glory. Joseph Marseille. Born in St. Lucia, he is best known for US TV series The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, co-starring with 3 actors of Trinidadian heritage, and films like Cry Freedom. He plays influential Trinidadian writer C.L.R. James in Trinidadian director Francis Ann Solomon's upcoming film Hero. Caribbean Beat profiled Marseille in 2014. Alfonso Ribeiro. Born in the US to Trinidadian parents, and the grandson of Trinidadian calypso legend Raphael Roaring Lion, Leon, he won US TV series Dancing with the Stars last year, but is probably best known for his role in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with Will Smith, and co-starring with Tatiana Ali, Karen Parsons, and Joseph Marseille. Zoe Saldana. Born in the US to a Puerto Rican mother and father from the Dominican Republic, she spent some of her childhood in the DR before returning to New York City as a teen. Known for Drumline, Pirates of the Caribbean, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avatar, and the rebooted Star Trek films, playing Uhura, and the forthcoming Nina Simone biopic, Nina. Gina Torres. Born in the US to Cuban parents, she's appeared in US TV series Suits and the Matrix films. She is married to fellow Matrix co-star Lawrence Fishburne. Cicely Tyson. Born in the US to parents from St. Kitts and Nevis, this decorated veteran actress of stage and screen has starred in films like Sounder, Oscar and Golden Globe nominations for Best Actress, Hoodlum, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, Idlewild, The Help, and countless US TV movies and miniseries, including Emmy-nominated performances in Roots, King, The Marva Collins Story, Oldest Living Confederate Widow Tells All, The Trip to Bountiful, as well as the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress and Actress of the Year. Recently she played Viola Davis' mother in the hit series How to Get Away with Murder. And did you know these Caribbean connections? Beyoncé, a Bahamian father. Tyson Beckford, Jamaican mother. Naomi Campbell, Jamaican mother. Stacey Dash, Barbadian father. Cameron Diaz, Cuban ancestry on father side. Cuba Gooding, Jr., Barbadian grandfather. LL Cool J, Barbadian grandparents. Tia and Tamira Mori, Bahamian mother. Gwyneth Paltrow, Barbadian great-grandmother. Kyra Sedgwick, Trinidadian American grandfather. Jada Pinkett Smith, maternal Barbadian or Jamaican ancestry. Karen Parsons, Trinidadian mother. I am Alison Goodness with today's Did You Know?
Did You Know is brought to you courtesy of Slowly Jamaica, uniquely the Caribbean. Check us tomorrow again for more Did You Know? So Flavius.
Yeah, I mean, some of those names and that they are Caribbean is very, very.
You know, one of the names, no, about 2 names on it that really surprised me. And is what's her name? Cedric. Kyra Cedric. Yeah, she's the wife of Kevin Bacon. Never know she have a Caribbean connection. Must be some great grandfather. And Cameron Diaz. Another big surprise right there too again.
Well, LL Cool J.
No. LL Cool J, it's when it comes to the black actors and actresses, I kind of can identify them having, Caribbean connection because we are all Africans. But, the far white ones, them surprise me. You know, that's like that's like
I have to check. I have to check out Pounder because I want to know who she is because that's one of my favorite shows. You know, that I watch.
you mean
very often.
CCH Pounder?
Yeah.
That's like
NCIS.
that's like a Cicely Tyson in the making, man. Wonderful actress.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but
Wonderful.
I have to check and see who she actually is because I watch NCIS all the time.
I'm gonna blow your mind this morning. You remember that list of Caribbean movies that film in the Caribbean? I start searching for them on YouTube. That's why that's how I start watching some movie over the weekend, and I came across one they call Home. I think it's Home Again. Home Again. She's in it in that movie.
Home Again, yeah.
Home
Trinidad.
Again. Yeah, it's filmed in Trinidad. But
From Trinidad.
the script is portraying gangsters in Jamaica. In Greenwich Farm too. So CCH played the mother of a deported son from England. You know, so she end up, you know, had was to be helping him straighten up some stuff in England so he could come back.
Yeah.
And by the time she got to Jamaica, because it showed that he was deported to Jamaica. Like the day when she got there, that's the day he got shot and died. And accidentally too, because he was what you just know, the family member that he was supposed to be staying with, they weren't living there no more, and you know things, you know, the scenario just changed for him, and he was living on the street, and you know,
things happen, yeah.
Yeah, so he was living on the street, start taking drugs, and end up into a program that it help what you call it, homeless people on the street who are strung out on drugs, and as well as deportee as well. And his life was changing.
Yeah.
So you know, every Monday they would take them to the market, and they divide them up in twos. And his job was to go buy some saltfish. And all his friend did, you know, was just his friend took up a mango. And the girl ball out teeth. And the friend started to run. Because him said to the friend, how long you been in the program? And the guy said, 2 years now, going on 3. And he's just in the program 6 months. And the guy say, I'm hungry. And him say, when we get back to the camp, we get something to eat right now. Let us go get the saltfish and meet up back at the van. So they were just talking on a walk, and the guy see him ask the lady about the saltfish now. Take up a next lady mango. And the lady said, thief! And him start running, of course. They start give them chase.
Yeah.
It was crazy, man. Crazy. But CCH was in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, she played the mom, you know, so... Yeah, man, good actress, good actress.
Yeah.
She I don't know if she get any good script of late.
Okay.
But she's a very talented actress. So hope we see more of her in the coming years.
Yeah.
Hope to see more. And we have some, you know, we have a lot of breakout new actors from the Caribbean. You know, and thing. I was watching this one where they call.
And we have a lot of new writers.
I was watching one named The Sprinter.
Yeah,
that wasn't on your list.
too.
The Sprinter wasn't on your list. But I was watching that on YouTube.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can link up with Teddy and see what Teddy have for us this morning.
Yeah, probably. At home this morning as a holiday today.
As a friend of mine just a text me from Canada, yeah, saying, you know, Earth movement's changing. You know, looking like we're not going to be able to travel freely no more. And it's true thing, you know. Just as him said that, we know COVID arise. It's on the rise once again. 41 states in the US have been experiencing increasing numbers in infection actually. So we know we have some super spreader. 41 states have been infected. The numbers are going up higher and higher. It's in dark brown now,
Okay.
including Florida. The numbers have risen, and as the numbers increase,
Yeah.
you have some guys who I said the states for open up, and them a follow the president, who them a call the super spreader. Sometimes I think this guy I do this thing because him know him and him way out. I'm see it look like him a go lose. So him say, you know what? Let me get as much of these people infected. So when the new government come in, them have a big problem upon them, man. Because obviously maybe him a think that way there.
Well, he must, because I saw the news last night where people are turning out in the millions for early voting.
I'm telling you, the numbers is ridiculous, man. And as you said, early voting start today as well in Florida. So we're going to have 2 weeks of that.
Them say about 25 million people are turning out to vote.
Well, I think the true number so far, they say it's 21 million people turned out.
Yeah, which is a lot of people.
That's a lot for early voting. The 16th, October 16, 2016 was 4.8 millions turnout that time. And this time the number more than quadruple it, So it's a lot of people that turning out to vote. Let's link up with Teddy Laidley, who will tell us more on what's happening in the news in Jamaica, the Caribbean, and around the world with the really current.
Sweetest loving ever come my way. Do anything I say when he loves me this way. Only thing I say is, oh mama,
keep on knocking, Miss Abagwaya, Sharon Forrester. We have with us none other than Mr. Teddy Laidley with us this morning, doing the really current in Jamaica, the Caribbean, and around the world. Greetings, Teddy. How you doing?
Well, greeting to you and your listeners. Greeting to Flavors, and I hope you all had a weekend.
Yeah. Mine was restful,
Okay. I just said, for all the listeners who are listening in, we are today celebrating our National Heroes Day that came about in the late 60s, where we give salute to the persons who have made valid contribution to the country. And so, therefore, today we say thanks to many of the persons who continues, not just today being honored, but continue to make contribution to our countries. We gave honor to persons in just about all the sector within the society, from the financial to the culture to the sports to the the security force, right? So today they were able to honor the third highest to four persons. Well, I would say the third, the Order of Jamaica, was given to Carl Samuda for 40 years. The Tom Tavares Finson were also honored. Patrick Hilton, the CEO of Bank of Jamaica, was honored with the Order of Jamaica, and also
Mm.
the the Mr. Winter, and he was a former governor of Bank of Jamaica. And a lot of persons might know his father, who made a valid contribution, who was Hector Winter, the former editor for the age-old newspaper, the Jamaica Gleaner.
Big things are going. Big things are going. So,
Yeah.
who in entertainment get this year?
Huh?
Who are the ones in entertainment this year that receive?
Entertainment. We go from Oliver Samuel Patlad. His entertainment is mixed with
Yes.
Pat
Media.
Lazarus, media, yeah, entertainment mixed with media. So you have Pat Lazarus,
Okay.
you have Willie Stewart from Third World, the former drummer for Third World.
Yeah, yeah.
He's that. I just say Oliver Samuel, Pat Lazarus, who is also um, a former broadcaster herself. We like I try and remember some of the names that made. I'm just taking off. I'll quick look.
You know, over the two stalwarts.
Yes,
So
Bobby,
okay,
Bobby
continue.
Digital,
Huh?
the Bobby Digital is honored along with David Radigan,
Ah, okay.
right? And Mr. Michael Buchanan, popular known as Big Youth, the more than 7 entrants in the Jamaica Festival song. So Oliver, along with the persons, are given the invested with the order of distinction in the rank of commander.
Okay.
So it is done also Manly Buchanan, Big Youth, Willis, Keith Lynn, who was formerly of the Baron Lee Syndicate,
Yeah.
right? And one person that I really feel good about is model scout Dwight Peters. He is a person behind Saint International Models. He was a protege of Kingsley Cooper, who run Pulse, the first modeling agency in Jamaica that take on the international branding of our supermodels to the world.
Okay.
And I can say Dwight Peters has taken it to the next level, that our models appear on LE magazine, Vogue magazine cover, and these are what we call coveted magazine globally. And all of the global magazine that one could think of in fashion, Jamaica have graced the pages of these magazines. So Dwight Peters is the person behind Saint International. And British broadcaster David Radigan, who came to prominence through a clash he used to have in the 80s
With Barry
with
G. Yeah.
Jamaican get a chance to. As a matter of fact, a lot of people were
So
surprised to know that.
was Barry G honored too?
Eh?
Was Barry G?
Barry, a long time ago.
Okay.
But a lot of persons were surprised to know that David Radigan was a white man. The story that he had been playing before he went to BBC, he was on Radio One, and it so happened that he was playing the whole battery of reggae music.
Ska,
You
ska.
know,
He needs to play ska himself.
the
Everything, yeah.
whole world. He introduced, as a matter of fact, with his position on radio, he introduced our cultural music to Britain.
Mm-hmm.
And there was and so nobody knew what he looked like. And he was
I
asked
did.
to interview in London.
I
And
did.
when the audience were introduced to him and he came out, you couldn't hear a pin drop. So, it's
Mm.
like no, it was the first time the public was seeing him,
Culture
because
shock, a culture shock. It was a culture
and
shock.
somebody ball out something, and you know what Jamaica does ball out. And then all of a sudden, everybody started to laugh and clap
Yeah.
because himself was shocked.
Culture shock, man.
He himself was shocked. What happened?
He used to play. He used to play in the nightclubs in London. In fact, I took him in one night at a
Yeah,
club named Gossips in the West End of London, and I can tell you, it was
I,
not even standing room. You're there dancing and you can't move. You
no,
have to
yeah.
stay in one
The thing,
spot all night.
the thing about that flavor that remember, he started out playing music. So when you were saying that he was playing at club, it was when he
Yeah,
had taken the what you call it, the bath of being playing music, and then everybody now started to see him just like how you'd have seen Stone Love in Jamaica.
yeah, oh
You
yeah,
know,
oh yeah.
right.
I
So
took him in. I took him in 1981. 1981. And I tell you,
mm,
there were the people that were outside who got to get in.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. After he have taken that step and then started to come out, then that's
Yeah,
when he was widely accepted. But he has made a valid contribution carrying the flag as a non-Jamaican. He has taken the music across the world, and it
oh
is
yeah.
respected as a broadcaster, as a musicologist, because I can tell you, he takes time out to understand the history of the music and who played on what album, and he's that kind
Yeah,
of person. I had the chance to meet him, and we stand up and talk. We were on tour with Luciana in London, and he attended the show, and we were able to stay backstage, and somebody introduced it to me. So, like I said to him, it's a pleasure meeting him in person because like I said, he was introduced to Jamaica through the Bar G program. When Bar G was the reigning, I just said, broadcaster on radio. Nobody, no
top
disc
one,
jockey could have
top
stopped
one,
Bar G.
top one.
Yeah. So those are the person who mix with from the cultured side. So um, the other good news within the
What
whole
about
culture,
sports?
yeah.
What about sports?
Um, yes, the longest, I think, what, 17 medals, 9 Olympian medals, and about 11 World Cup were given the Order of Jamaica, which is Merlin Otti.
Okay.
So she has finally been given the Order of Jamaica. So I take it she joined Usain Bolt and Chilean Fraser. Right.
Mhm.
But the question that always said, why wait so long? She have opened the doors.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But that is debatable, and don't want to go into it. The good news again is that our cultural icon Tootsie Birch will be laid to rest at the National Hero Circle. He was given that spot because uh, the cultural icon again, Charles Hyatt, whose body was supposed to be laid to rest there, the family give up that spot, so Toots was able to give it because when Charles died, he was supposed to be laid in turn there, and the family did not take up the order. So the Minister of Culture, the Honorable Bob Green, said that that spot is available and will be given to Toots.
When is the
So
funeral? When is the funeral?
I it was supposed to take place on Thursday because there was some mix up. So
Yeah.
I it should have been done on Friday
Okay.
or
Hmm.
maybe coming week. And I only hope that yes, it's a good look, it's a good move because the only other musician of international repute would have been Dennis Brown, that's his brother. You have Capo, who own artist, a visual artist. You have Miss Lou buried there, and so you have Miss Lou, you have Capo, you have Dennis Brown. Now you have
So it's going to be
Toots.
there now. Teddy,
Yeah, Toots.
if I may say, Teddy, I read in the paper also that in 2017, the former Prime Minister Golding, had
Yeah,
along with the Minister of Sports, Gender, and Entertainment, they had identified a piece of a land or a piece of land, and they were doing soil testing so that
yeah.
they can turn that into a icon. What you call it, cemetery.
Hmm.
So it was in the
The other
paper.
person that I didn't mention was our own Ronnie Williams.
Yeah, Rani is there too.
And he's there. No, the only disappointment that I have with the National Hero Circle, because the National Hero Circle played a very significant part of our culture, because in connection with the Queen, the whole emancipation,
Yeah.
things that taken there. The city council at the time bought the land for over 900 and had pounds. It
Hmm.
was the property for horse racing. It was also there for any any activity in those days. For example, the circus and everything that come to town. Now, my only bone of contention is that yes, the era that have bear the not off and the era that have bear the Senate off, along with the shrine of our former prime ministers and our national heroes, have been guarded by the members of the Jamaica Defense Force.
Yeah.
But what I am disappointed that both administrative administrations have neglected the grounds of the national. No, it's only a portion that are being looked after and being guarded. And I am saying here it is. It should have been what you have Emancipation Park, which is located in the heart of Kingston, should be looking like. So
Yeah.
therefore, persons, really enjoy the grounds who are living in the surrounding community.
Hmm.
And a section of it is being used as a parking lot for the various ministries
Okay.
uh, that is there. And so that's what I am. Well, I'm yeah.
Thank you for that
Yeah.
wonderful piece.
Huh? Yeah. So that's my bone of contention. I'm on the air. Um, that's my bone of contention that we neglect it, and as far as I am concerned, the their plan, the proposals for the parliament to be built there. So I have no objection for the parliament building there, but let us hope that it doesn't take on whereas the parliament is still there and yet the other section of the grounds are being neglected, just like what it is happening here now. You have a lush green area and then you have a dust bowl.
So,
Now, there was controversy happened years ago of the perimeter fencing. They started to build a perimeter fencing for the park, and somehow it has been alleged that some cost overrun because it was given to a political activist for the building. Now, my bone of contention, this is just me, this is just my opinion. You have an engineering unit within the Jamaica Defense Force. And I would have personally think, seeing that you have an engineering and construction unit within the Defense Force, I would have imagined that anything to do with national things like that, you would have given it to that unit. They could have been commissioned to do it because then you would have cost overrun and you don't have to pay out. And we all know that there's an aspect within construction within the country. We don't have to hide it, where thugs and people from communities have to be paid. And I'm saying, you have an engineer and construction of the Defense Force. This is a national monument. This is a national ground. Why was it not given to the Jamaican Defense Force? So therefore, they wouldn't have no controversy in terms of cost overrun, in terms of who get the contract, and all the things that go with it. Because at least by that time, the fencing would have done. You would have at least then make sure that the grounds of the National Hero Circle, apart from where the national monuments and shrines are, in terms of the Great Shrine, then you would have then at least finish the ground and let the ground be in such a way where other persons, because the fencing that they put up now compared to the fencing that was there could not be easily climbed over. So therefore, what it is, you then can be able to monitor persons entering and exiting the park. So you have gates that could have been closed at certain time of the evening. Now, for example, whereas you have in the COVID situation and children want to play, especially children from the surrounding areas, you know, the park would have been ideal for, yes, it's big enough for people to keep their distance and people to just enjoy the aesthetics and the atmosphere there. That's just my opinion.
if I may ask, Teddy, I remember in my days they used to keep sports event there. Are they still keeping any sports event there? Like you have a section where they used to have a pavilion.
I take it out. I said, you didn't hear what I was saying. I said, no, become a dust bowl. You know what I mean? Gone are the days when we were doing cricket. So it has a cricket pitch over there, and it should have a football field. And this is what I'm saying. Both administration have allowed it. That is what I'm saying. They have allowed it to turn into a dust bowl, and they've only concentrate on the particular area where the shrine and the cenotaph is located. And I'm saying that it could go beyond that. Whereas you now put up a perimeter fencing then fix the whole entire place. Put it in such a way that the persons in the adjoining community can enjoy, just as how you have the Emancipation Park uptown, which is being monitored by a body of persons
Well kept.
to make sure that it don't come into this I just said being handled bad. You can't go into the Emancipation Park and drop anything, and you can't abuse the plants or thing, because they have guards and you have people who are monitoring. And so this I'm saying, you could have used downtown the same track that is in Emancipation Park for physical health, the running track, the gym, because there's a gym inside Emancipation Park. You could have done the same thing. So again, here it is, Heroes Day, and we're talking about the struggles that we have gone through and things that we have overcome. But we ask the question, have we really gone through it? From 1865 to 2020, 2020, has much been done. The same discrimination taking place. Yes, you have a beautiful park in the middle of the financial district or the Golden Triangle that is manned properly. And then you have another park downtown that is a dust bowl. So these are some of the questions that we're asking. So yes.
During the festival event, I've seen this guy who have this YouTube channel named Teach Them. And he was doing some interviews with some of the artists from the 80s era. And he did them in the era circle. So the background that he was in, you could see the background. Now that you're speaking, obviously it was the section that is well kept, the Eros section.
Yes. And so what we'll say then now, yes, you have done a section and keep it. But my thing is, do the whole entire place. That's all I'm saying. So therefore, it doesn't become a sacred ground for only an occasion like today. Do you understand?
When it used to be under the SDC, it used to come under SDC. They used to, even though they used to cut the grounds and make sure, say, it was well kept, along with the eras section where they had the bus, all of these eras, etc. So it used to be well kept.
Yeah, no, it's not well kept enough. The section that is well kept is also so put it this way. Within the perimeter fencing, there's another fencing. And within that fencing, that is where the cenotaph, this is where the shrine of our national heroes, the Prime Minister, and our cultural icons are. So that section in itself is well manicured lawn.
Yeah, but I'm talking outside of that, because SDC used to be in charge of cutting the lawn, the area, the what you call it, the open space area. SDC used to cut all of that.
Because remember, also there was a gym. Guinness Gym
used to be there.
Good. No, this is what I keep on telling person. Years ago, I put together a proposal and take to JCDC. And what it simply says is that when we were ramping, the violence was down. Because the thing a lot of people didn't realize, that within the Kingston region there, Kingston CSO, that was Hoodford Park, Fletcher's Land, all of that, all the communities that surround the National Heroes Park was where we used to go and play as kids.
Yeah.
That's how come we know people from the adjoining communities. And this is what I was saying to them. When we were ramping together, there was no war.
Yeah, man.
It
Fletcher's Land, Campbelltown, all of that area come back around to Almantown.
Almond, Woodford Park, Campbelltown, as I said, over by Tarrantine Bridge. The point I am saying here, when we were ramping together, there was no violence. That's the bottom line. Because we had friends, all the communities, we had friends because we have one common thing. We were playing together. So we were not fighting each other. And so this is the point I have said to JCDC at the time. We call it ramping in the park. And I put the proposal together. Fix it about the park that the communities can share the park. That is it. Give the kids, because remember, the housing situation in that community, they don't have space. They don't have space for recreation.
When is the parliament proposal ground going to start break? When they going to break that?
That I cannot tell you.
Because maybe that's when they're going to take interest in it,
No, but there was other things. There was a town hall meeting where residents of the community feel that they have been pushed aside and because what they also part of the plan is not only to put the parliament building there, is to deal with the housing stock. Now, for example, years ago, there was a house in front of Parliament that was dilapidated, really run down, and it was an embarrassment.
Yeah.
Because here what happened, you're walking in Parliament and you're seeing somebody stand up at them gate with a baby in her hand and not dressed properly, and you have special invited guests and dignitaries. They couldn't do nothing about it because this is the person's home. And it was right in front of the Parliament. Now, what have happened? Years after they give the person's notice, and they now make it into a little park that face the Parliament. If you go there, trees and things, and
that's when them go to them cigarette break.
No. It's not that, but it no longer become an eyesore.
Okay.
It was so embarrassing for both administrations. Here it is, you have the opening of Parliament, you have foreign dignitaries and all of that coming, and right across the street is a dilapidated building, and both administrations didn't do anything about it. But they finally now turn it into a nice, so it doesn't become an eyesore. And so that's what we're saying with the National Heroes Park. You said it's a National Heroes Park. Let it look like a park. Give it its good thing, because both administration has failed. And the housing stuff, people were concerned that I live in the era. How am I going to be kicked out of my house? Where am I going to be put? Because many of these houses are generational houses. You grow up, you see your grandmother, your mother, your father growing up in the community. So the question is, are you going to push people out because of development? Are you going to be inclusive in putting proper housing stock in place? So it no longer you have this majestic building, and then right across the street you have a solar.
Let me ask this question, Teddy. You remember MPM? I don't know if it still exists. MPM used to deal with the parks and what you call it? The street and all them things. Is MPM in charge of the Emancipation Park?
No, the Emancipation Park is being done by
a private
part
sector.
of.
Okay.
No, it come under the National Housing Trust.
Okay, because it's in that region.
They have a managing company
that deal with that.
That manages it.
But the same thing them for do with the era circle.
With a dedicated manager.
But you're rightly was saying, when there was MPM, with all fairness, the streets and the markets were looking good. Because they said it was the metropolitan parks and markets.
Yeah.
And so therefore it would they were given the mandate to look about it. I don't know again. Politics, change
Yeah.
of government.
Yeah,
These
because
are
I
things.
remember back in the days there was an in-sport office over there too, Over you see them where the pavilion used to be, where them have the boxing gym, and guys used to do batting on the concrete. The little concrete section looked like a cricket pitch.
That's what I'm
There was
saying
an
to you.
in-sport office over
So,
there.
But Franco, those days, some of the greatest Jamaican players came through that system over there.
I know. I used to go over there, I used to go over there, go watch and go play too as well.
Lawrence Moore, Richard Austin, all these people
I used
came
to,
yeah,
through
that
there.
remember I'm not too far from the park. My
Yeah.
yeah.
community. So I used to go over there.
That's what
That's why I'm
Franco.
surprised when me hear Teddy I say it become a dust ball now. Yeah.
Long time. No, but it's not a new thing. It's a long time
No,
thing.
no.
No, it's
Yeah.
become a dust bowl quite a while now.
Yeah, and the reason why it's surprising because hearing about this Eros Circle, Eros Park, I see a simulation on YouTube once. We're going to set it up when they're going to bring the parliament there. And it's going to be like a tourist attraction, and they're going to bus pick up people and carry them there, and they tour the park. So I figure say all of this was in place already because it was proposed that the parliament going to build there. So I figure, hey, the
So
park was
that's
in
why
good shape.
that's why the persons in the community when they had
Mm-hmm. Talk now, Flavius.
Go ahead, Teddy.
no,
No, I
that's
was saying
why.
that the difference that Emancipation Park don't have a groundsman that comes and look after it. They have a management team.
Franco, what you cannot have an event inside the Emancipation Park just willy nilly. You just can't go in there and just do it. You have to make appointments. Appointments have to be booked for you to use the venue.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing, right?
I figure that if it have a management company that deal with that.
Yeah, but this is what we're saying.
Yeah, but
Should have been-
that's every day.
Let me tell
All
you,
right.
when I
Yeah,
was
dear,
working,
every
let me
day
tell you,
for-
when I was working at UDC, right? And that was in the late 80s, when I was working at UDC. I know that UDC was doing some work over there. And so too was MPM. That's why I asked about the MPM, because I know it used to fall under MPM jurisdiction for look out
Yeah.
for the park. I don't know if it was just the Eros Circle section alone, the Eros section they were looking after, because I haven't been over there since that time.
That's why we're saying, Franco. This is simply it. You have soldiers there every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a matter of just they're there because of the ceremonial event today. They're there every day. There's a barracks set up over there because there's a rotation of the officers. So the point I'm saying to you is that just as how you have member of the military on the ground there, the military, meaning the engineer and construction unit, could have given the task to make sure that one, the completion of the perimeter fencing, the outer perimeter fences being complete. Two, the grounds and landscape, just as you rightly said, put it under a management committee. So therefore, persons within the adjoining area who want to use it, or other persons outside of the community who want to use it, would have a simple have to go to the office, just like we have an office at the Emancipation Park in New Kingston, and also book it. So therefore, it means the park would have opened at say 10 o'clock in the morning and closed at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock at night. Properly lit and all of that. No, take for example, you have the whole COVID thing, right? What could have happened? It's simple. Proper lighting is in the park, and it become a hotspot for internet. So, for example, children or people who want to use their internet services and all of that, you could have used it as an internet because number one, the park would have been secure. The park, the whole aesthetics of the park would have been enjoyable. So
That's
the
true.
kids
That's
that
true.
you have in these adjoining communities that personally, how you look at it, you'd have said, oh my God, you know how the settlement in these communities is closely knit. You could have easily today go over to the park
But you know,
and hear the kids.
you
You
mentioned
have a
something, Teddy. You mentioned something that really have me a laugh still, because it's where it located to, make them look at it like that. Because when you said people could use the park and do all of these things, but yet still Emancipation Park set up different, that it under a management company, etc., etc., and you would figure so they would do the same thing with the Eros Park.
Good, and so that's why
It's just the community I get a beaten because Almontown, Campbelltown, Fletcher's Land, Beverly
Going
Gardens,
down to one of my favorite
all the
words,
way
you know.
back to Tarrington Bridge, Jonestown, all of them places that people could have walked come from this to come use the park.
that's all I'm saying.
But
That's all I'm
it's the
saying.
vicinity where it is,
To one of my favorite words, you know, respect or lack thereof. You have respect uptown, but you don't have respect downtown. And I must also
No, we don't
point
say
out,
downtown, certain part downtown.
Yeah. But Franco, I must also point out, that literally footsteps away, is one of Jamaica's most prestigious and oldest high school.
Woolmars.
Yes.
And then the ministry them on the other side, around the other side of the park.
Yeah, of course.
No, but I've been downtown and I've seen how them keep the park downtown. The park downtown, how Teddy had talked about Heroes Park now. The park downtown set up better than the park than Heroes Park. So,
Exactly.
so certain part downtown flavors.
I've been there for a while, Franco.
Huh?
That's how I've gone to.
No, man. Me go down the last year, man. I tell you, the park look good.
It look
good.
don't look,
Because
but
you have groundsman where they're cleaning up, picking up trash and all them things. Wait, remember those Teddy does describe Eros Park, It may say it's nothing compared to where downtown park is. Nothing compared.
Because the downtown park fall within the municipality of the council.
Yeah, it clean.
Yes.
It clean and it's well kept.
Yeah, the council administrate that for themselves.
Yeah, because I was there. I was there last year.
Proper management.
I walked through the whole light last year and I saw it. It well kept. Totally different from when I was there.
So we need to find out who controls the Eros Park.
I know it used to be under MPM once. I don't know.
Well, there's no more MPM. There is solid waste.
Because they used to see the open space. It used to get cut. I remember that because people used to come pick up them check at MPM. It's like you remember when them have crash program. Them used to have these set of people who used to make sure say them
even
cut the
before
park.
MPM, man, even before MPM days, you had major football and cricket events over there, major matches.
And that's when it used to come under SDC.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying to you. When I was at UDC, it used to be under MPM.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, SDC never have it because them tear down the pavilion, all of that it gone.
Yeah.
So the point where we're saying, gentlemen, is not who's supposed to be responsible. All we are saying, it become a sore eye and what it needs to be addressed.
Oh, yes.
It needs both. The point is that both administration has failed, and what we are saying, the question of 1865 when Paul Bogle said that 6 months, because when people hear about Paul Bogle walking from Stony Gut, Spanish Town, they thought Oh, but not easy walk that. It takes
Yeah.
Paul Boga 6 months because remember there was no road and
What?
he was not road, right? So to traverse to Spanish Town from those days, it wasn't just like now we could jump in a vehicle and reach over there in the next 2 hours. You understand? People did not when he lead a band of 50 men. And to be honest with you, you're talking about you're going out. They had to rest. The community had to feed them. And also at that time, they were seen as outlaw. That's why on us scoffed at them. Because who can just imagine the clothes that you've been wearing, right? And the way how you look. You know what I mean? And you bathe along the rivers as you go accordingly.
Eh, as, you,
And
men- as you mentioned that walk, remember, the
And when
80s,
you reach,
now the
when you
80s,
reach,
them have this road blockade. I was working downtown at the time, and we walk from Kingston Mall all the way to Spanish Town Hospital.
yeah,
But it was a
right.
group of us, we talk and we had drink, because the bus,
yeah, it was a short walk compared to.
no bus was running at the time. 'Cause I remember everything there on strike, it was a hell of
Yeah.
a walk though. Kids, man.
But the difference,
But
Franco, when you reach home,
Hmm?
when Bogo reach, the man say nah see him, and Bogo have to turn back round and go back home. That's the wickedest thing.
So the question that we are saying here, how much of a significant change has been made from 1865, where Jamaicans were not seen as citizens at the time, because during that period until 1944, when we were given universal adult suffrage, the right to vote, we were not seen as citizens of the country because during that period you have to be landowner and Caucasian in order to participate in the development and the policy of the land. We were seen, despite the talk about 1838 being the end of slavery, we were still in what we call apprenticeship, which is also slavery carried on in a new way. It's simple. So you could not vote. You could not. No decision could have been made on your behalf. So the question is today, 2020, how much of a significant change have been made? We're still talking about the injustice. There's so many things that happen. The lady who her baby are born in the hospital and the question is, where is the baby? Can't give right. The question of somebody being unjustly, for example, the guys who were taken off the street and was detained for almost a year or more without being charged. And there's numerous other things that we can talk about that still meted out injustice in our society today. How much has changed from 1865 when Paul Bogle went ahead and made that track across to talk to the governor, who was then representative of the Queen, to say the condition of the poor class is unbearable and he scoffed at him. No, we still have a representative in terms of the present governor general is our fifth native governor general. And the question is that we are talking today, like Barbados, should we still honor and keep the monarch? What have the monarch have done for us as a people? Because this is seen again as part of our plantation. We're discussing this morning a piece of land to be enjoyed by the people because this is owned by the state. And we are not even given proper access to the land and to enjoy the land because National Hero Circle, you cannot go in the enclosed section and enjoy it. Because, like I said, it had been protected. The same police force that was started in 1865 to protect the planters is still in place to protect the planters. Nothing has changed.
Hmm.
Changed. You can't walk onto to Euro Circle going into that unless you've been questioned by the security authority. Where are you going? What is it that you're doing here? Nothing has changed. 1865 to now, nothing has changed. You're still being oppressed. Police brutality because the police force was started to protect the planters. It was not started by the people to protect the people. It started as a militia. You notice what it said? Jamaica Constabulary Force. So within its name, it says if you don't comply, we force you to comply. Look at the situation. A police today can charge you one charge. One charge every police force has internationally and locally. It calls resisting arrest. Simple as what are you arresting me for? You don't have to know. But you say you're going to arrest me. And if I decide not to go with you, I can charge for resisting arrest. Those are some of the things that we should be looking to change today in 2020. If you don't go with me, I can charge you for resisting arrest. But I ask you, what are my charges? Why are you arresting me? I don't have to tell you.
You're resisting
You don't
arrest.
come. Here you
Yeah,
go.
man, that's the main charge them can give you.
And by
Here
the
you
time
go.
you reach
Anywhere in the world, anywhere in the world,
about 10 charge reach you already. By the time you reach.
anywhere in the world, them can put that on you, cause that them. I think one time I hear some a guy was talking about it. Said international protesters. That was one of the main thing they use on them. You know when them
Yeah, man.
arrest them, yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about. From 1865, when the police force and the Paul Bogle, because it started in August and he was hung in October. He and his brother Moses was held, right? No, the sympathizer was George William Gordon. And they killed him too. It doesn't matter. You were not a participant of it, but you are a sympathizer. A lot of people don't understand, even with the churches. When people hear about overseer in the churches and it become part of the power that be put overseer in churches, which was the white men, to hear about what the gospel was being preached in the church. And they were told that the overseer is the one that tell the preacher what to preach. So when people talk about overseer, even when the Maroons, a lot of people don't realize, when the Maroons were given free land and living on their own, the overseer was living with them too. Because what he said, I don't trust you. So overseer was...
You have to agree to have the overseers there, yes?
Do you understand? So the point I am saying today, this country is celebrating again National Hero Day. Yes, for the ceremonial thing, it's looking good that we are honoring persons who made valid contribution, because I'm not going to stay on the here today and say that Jamaicans have not achieved things, both local and international. We have done well on the global map. We have done well. But the question is, internally, have we done what we're supposed to have done? That means the standard of living for the common man improve to both his working and living condition. Just as they always said, Flavius, we should be building communities, not houses. Communities. Right? The question about it, looking at it, Can the common, after all that have been fight for, what has changed? What has changed? The minimum wage is still the same. The pilfering of our money by state powers, misuses of funds still goes on today, 1865 years after. What a significant change. Yes, we get the right to vote, but again, nothing else, because our voices have not been heard. Our voices of what is on the books in terms of certain laws is still there. So yes, we can vote, but is our vote making a dent? Is our vote making an impact? So it go back to the line of Bob Marley, see them fighting for power, but they know not the power. Right? And the fighting for power continue same way. Because certain people must be him, and we go back to the same thing that we talk about: cronyism, nepotism. The country move forward. The country cannot move forward. How is it that we are going to be in a country like Jamaica and a high percentage of our people is starving, a high percentage of our people is living below the poverty line? That is my bone of contention.
A poverty line that needs to be raised dramatically.
So today we celebrate national heroes, and so we ask ourselves the question: did they die in vain? Yeah. It's all
That
what they
is a powerful question.
Did they die in vain? Because what has changed? Look at our young men wearing the pants below their waist, cane rowing their hairs, piercing and all of that. Right? And talk about, it's a time for change and a political change. When you're walking down the road, you don't know the difference between a male and a female.
Not to mention the bleaching.
There you go. That's the point I'm saying. The thing that Marcus Garvey for, the thing that Marcus Garvey philosophies that should have been used within the municipal council. It should have been taught in school. We throw it out. We throw out our history for European history, so we know more about Wilberforce and Admiral Penn and General Venable than our ancestors who have fight. Even in terms of Caribbean history, we are not even given the real knowledge of Caribbean history. We don't. We are not given that. That's the point. The books, we're not encouraged to write our own stories. We must be given the stories of the vicar, his side. So all the things that Jamaicans have done, you check now today, the way how the classroom are being set up. Now a lot of parents are complaining that we are now creating robots because the interface, the interpersonal thing that we have with students and teachers have been pushed aside, and the information has been blasted over, and a lot of parents can't deal with it because we accept it as the social norms. Oh yes, that is the way to go. And so we have been given, we don't try to carve out something for ourselves and say what is right for us. It's just like, for example, looking at our building, we have the wind coming across the country from the sea. We are a country that's surrounded with sea, but yet we build our building with AC. Do you understand? Yet we still walking around in a temperature of 96 degree in a suit. We still put our soldiers today in their ceremonial suit. That in this hot sun, no wonder they collapse sometimes when they're standing out there. So we build our buildings out of concrete and not looking at to see what other alternative. And a lot of people don't understand why many of the buildings in North America and Europe have to be built out of concrete because of their weather condition. We don't have that. We have one constant weather in Jamaica. I never forget 1988 Gilbert, the then opposition leader or the present opposition leader, Peter Philip Wise Mini, had a restaurant on Hollow Road called Minnie's, make out of bamboo and thatch roof. 1988, 32 years ago, when Gilbert hit Jamaica, it never lost its roof. Many of the billion-dollar houses up on Beverly Hills and the surrounding here, the old pastors and the Mona lost their roof. Minis did not lose the roof because it made out of bamboo thatch and bamboo. And that was the restaurant. Many persons right across.
And those bamboo tie, you know, when you tie them with the
point
card, yeah, them tie. Yeah. Because I've seen how they make these new buildings now in Florida, and they use the tie to tie it. And they make it out of wood first. And
the point making here is at the time at that restaurant, it was a level playing field. The rich and the poor were sitting there to have something to eat. Because many restaurant was not damaged. It was not damaged. So it's still
you there, Teddy? Them lick off Teddy. Let me get him back. We just lost him a while ago. Let me get him back. Yeah, no, what Teddy was talking about. Absolutely right with that, you know. Yes, Teddy. We get him back.
Yeah. The point is the rest damage. I will still not take a lesson from that. We still continue to build the concrete and put it in AC.
It's not only the concrete alone, Teddy. We build our buildings in Jamaica without without looking on the advantages.
What ended up happening, I just said,
we have to turn on all these lights in the office. You know, we have to turn on all these lights in the office and in the house all day because we never build a house for light to come in.
Exactly.
And we have sunlight in abundance. We're not making use of it. And nobody's talking about these things.
Well, ask around and see how many buildings have skyline. You know what I mean? Not many buildings have skyline.
Or enough windows for sunlight coming.
There you go. Because we build them north to south and
type of window, special stars. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because we the sunrise east to west, I will build our building north to south.
Oh.
Look at it.
Anyway, gentlemen, we come to the end.
So the sun just come and hit on the wall. Okay, sir.
Yeah. We come to the end. We thank you for that. You know, we call this a lecture, Teddy, because yeah. You know, it was when Toots died, you know, a friend and me and some virgin attack. And you mentioned something, you know, where have we reached, you know? And there is a vast amount of improvement we need right now, both in our civil liberty and the standard of living. And as him said, the question we have to ask, are we better off now than 58 years ago? Because we know seems to be, like we not advance. And it come back to being independent, but we not capitalize on whatever freedom we have to elevate and to have a better living condition for people. Because poverty is something where I know, not in a Jamaica alone, but it has spread out, and it seems like, as we know, so capitalism survive off of poverty. We know that. But we still can have a better living condition. We still,
What we need to do, Franco, is simple. And my closing remarks is cut out the geography and especially not the geography, the algebra and the sine and cosine out of the school curriculum, and let's educate our people about finance, about stock, about entrepreneur, about using the skill.
Agree 100% with you. Agree, sir.
Too long we are using a method that is not working in terms of our survival. So cut out the algebra, cut out all of those, and spend time with our children from talk about money management so that we overcome and have what we call a proper economic independence. We are not where we ought to be independently. That's the reason why most of our people cannot overcome economic poverty because they don't know how to deal with money management. Let us get it into the school. That's where we need to start doing things differently. So
you're right, Teddy. You're right. I always say I think the ways the school system, the secondary school system, shouldn't have been all of them turn high school. Some of them should have turned technical school where we can learn more vocation.
But remember the history of the traditional high school. The traditional high school was for, and let us not, it was for the backroom artists, the planters, the world, the GSC, all of those.
Yeah.
And we have about 6 technical schools in the country.
Exactly. We need more of them, man. Cause we could have more people that come out with with a profession.
Yeah, because remember the technical school was set up for go and learn trade to come and work with backroom, how to put on the horseshoes and how to make the things for backroom artists. Come on, let us start the thing. That's what they were set up for. You understand?
Yeah, we get
so the educational system needs to change. It needs to change if we are going to talk about empowerment. And I said on the last 2 programs, couple weeks ago, we talking about 2030 for a place to live, work, and raise our family. That's 10 years from now.
Yep.
And we've been hearing this for so long. Both governments are using this saddle, right? Even the current Prime Minister is using it as part of his mandate. The question is, 10 years from now, what have we done? Have we seen the sign of change for the next 10 years? So don't come tell me about a place to live, work, everything. Vision 2030.
True.
And 20 years ago, you start Vision 2030, and nothing have happened. 2000, you started talking about Vision 2030, right? And as Jamaican saying, you're playing around with it. It's 20 years now. 20 years now. From 2000 to 2020 is 20 years. And we have 10 more years to go, and nothing have done. But yet you're talking about, you started Vision, when the 2000, we talked about Vision 2030. to say 30 years from now, Jamaica should be the place to live, work, and 20 years after, we're still not able to accomplish that.
Yeah, man.
We still be housing solution on our community.
There should be vast amount of improvement that can be seen every 10 years. Whether it come from the people, infrastructure, whatever.
This is what I'm saying to all this. There's only 10 years leave. What is we're going to do in the next 10 years to accomplish it to be the place to work, live, and raise family? When our laws have not been addressed. You see what I mean? The bar of the poverty line is still low. The average person don't feel, and so therefore we continue the brain drain. That's what I'm talking about. What is it that we're going to do in the next 10 years that we have not done in the last 20 years? That's all I ask.
And we don't want to see no capsule make. Who wants the result? We don't want a man say fix up a capsule for swim or get out of it when 10 years come. No, sir.
That's all we're saying, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want us to be when 2030. But we said that vision 2030. And when 2030, we still haven't seen the vision. That's my point.
Well, I think we have to help you make a proposal, Teddy. Put it together. Vision 2030 with action.
No, but what I'm saying to you, if you go on the global space, right, the social network, and you type in Vision 2030, information will come up.
Yeah.
This is your business about what the government hopes to achieve. And the tagline for it was a place to live, work, and raise family. That's the tagline. So the question I ask, we have 10 years to go. What have we achieved and what needs to be done in the next 10 years for us to achieve the tagline, a place to live, work, and raise your family? That's all I'm asking.
What have we achieved so far?
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. What is it that we achieved? What is it that we will be achieved? We're looking forward in the future for. And so at 2030, the question is, did we achieve our goal? That's all. So in the next 10 years, I don't want to be stuck, and I'm hoping that I would live to be around in 2030. That is 10 years from now. And I don't want, because when it started, I was around.
You will.
When the whole
We will be there.
So the question is, Franco, I don't want to be asking the same question. And then 10 years from now, when 2030, we say, but hold on. Didn't we were saying this 10 years ago?
Answer Lee. WhatsApp audio.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, Franco, we come to the end of the program.
Yeah.
And we want to thank all our listeners and the person who shared in this morning. As I said, Marcus Garvey said we have to continue with our faith, continue with our courage in order to move forward. So let us continue to have faith. Let us have courage to do what we are doing today on the radio, the internet radio reaching out, and let us continue to move forward. And by moving forward, we can bring about a change. So that is my closing for today.
You were eloquent this morning, Teddy. Very eloquent. So I know this one, I definitely going to have to post this one up on all of the other audio platform.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Eloquently said.
Yeah.
Flavius.
All right.
Yeah, thanks, Teddy. Thank you a lot.
Yeah, so until next week again, we'll be on the air.
Yeah, man.
Have a and have a productive week.
Likewise, and be safe.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, Flavius. So we
Yeah.
come to the end of another. This one was well said, very eloquent. I have to say lecture from Teddy this morning, and
Mhm.
this one I'm gonna make sure I work on it and put it up. Put it up
Well,
because this is not as well with a call a ordinary
yeah.
discussion, speech, lecture, whatever you wanna call it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and it's not for a time capsule. You know, as a man layout, we have a
Oh, yeah.
2030 plan. You know, what will we achieve the next 10 years?
Well, I have all the books, for that, I went to a meeting. This is no joke. I went to a high level meeting when they were launching that AIDS was at 7 point something percent. And they were talking about the 2030 thing, and the lady came out with her books and said she wasn't giving them away to anybody. She just explaining what's in them and what we should achieve and this and that. And when she did her whole speech, I said, can I say something? She said, sure. And I got up and I say, this will only work or have a chance of working if we de-Kingstonize Jamaica.
If we de-Kingstonize Jamaica, okay.
And the place went totally quiet.
And didn't want to hear that.
Totally quiet. And then she brought a set of the books them and gave to me. And me and her correspond for a few days, but the next time I call, I don't know if they fired her or whatever, but she wasn't working there anymore.
Too militant. She,
Well, she didn't do anything.
no, you think so? Them say she set up a plan with them no have. You know?
Well,
And here you go drop the bomb, the silent bomb on them.
from them, yeah. I don't know if she went back to the office and tried to investigate and talk to them about it, but she wasn't there again. Simple.
All right. Let we get out of here then.
Okay.
Go ahead. Make your round up.
Even based on what Teddy was saying this morning, the abs and the ab-nots, it boils down to respect. We have respect for a certain set of people, and we have lack of respect for the other set. That's a major thing we need to change when it relates to the whole development or the new thing I'm on now, which is to raise the living standard in Jamaica. And when you raise the living standard, respect have to come in there a lot. And this is a serious thing, Franco, because you hear me saying they must stop building houses and build communities.
Yeah, it's true thing.
Yeah, but I'm not sure all the respect is. The government is not planning to build a parliament building. They're not. They are building a parliament city.
So them give themselves a city and them give us housing. No, it's true. But make we wrap this up, can then you can talk after the year, cause
Yes. Yeah, man, that's about it. But the major thing in life is respect. You have to respect everybody.
True, true.
Respect everywhere. So that I will leave it at that. Respect is the key.
True. Before I go, I want to thank those. I want to thank you in the chat room this morning, especially Ansel Lee. And I want to thank you who are listening, viewing on YouTube. And tomorrow we'll do it again. And
Yes, let me say a few words on the rest of the week.
wait. And Teddy this morning was very eloquent. You
Oh,
understand
yes.
me? And as I said, this one I'm going to have to put on the other platforms that people can hear it. And
Yes.
if you want to hear the full thing, you come back to the YouTube channel. So tell your friends to like, subscribe, and share it, and hit the notification bell. And for the rest of the week, Flavius will tell us who's coming in.
Okay, tomorrow, Tuesday, we're having a young lady whose achievement you will know tomorrow, but she's into all the good things of your body, healing, the Reiki and the massage. She's an expert on all these things. In fact, she just came back from India where she did some advanced training in this type of business. On Wednesday, we're having a lady who has done a lot of stuff. Right now, she runs a school, a literacy school. She has been the head of the UWI Open Campus in Belize, among other things. So she'll be talking to us on Wednesday. On Thursday, we're going to go to some Belizean Garifuna cuisine. So we'll hear about that food, what they eat over there, what are their specialities, nice things for the palate. After cook and curry, we will have our Portucana with Courtney, and I think Courtney is coming with a new type of stuff for the Portucana. On Friday, we will learn all about managing your finance, managing your affair, your marital, living together. And, money is a major part of that. The intricacies of money management and all that. That's on Friday. So we have a full week for you again this week. And we are looking very good for next week also. So hope you join us tomorrow. Same time, same place, same time. Take it away, Franco.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know what set me if it could flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight. Me I fi take away myself. I fi take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Show the eye clean where I is. I said, yeah. I find you very hard to resist. But this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away me sense. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away me self. Take away me self. I have to utilize I will. Show the eye a clean pair of heels. I say,
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
don't need it again, yeah. I'm not a masochist who won't play your game, yeah. To all you move, you have me way to the core. Sayonara, the hot girl gone through the door. Take away ourselves.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless. Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.